Hello and welcome to the SumCMS Pro Galleries video tutorial. So as you can see, this page is very similar to the staff and services page. And to begin, we're going to call this gallery cars. So type it in here and select the layout. And as you recall from other video tutorials, the layout's all going to depend on the theme that you have currently selected for your website. So hit add gallery. And now we have a gallery created called cars. And let's go ahead and manage this gallery. Now you're presented with two boxes here, manage gallery and then photos. So we're going to start with the top here, manage gallery. If you want to change the name of this gallery, you could just simply change the name here, change the layout. And then you have a couple of switches here. You have a slider switch and a slider nav. The slider switch means that you're going to turn this gallery into a slider. Yeah, have you ever gone to those websites that have images that automatically rotate every couple of seconds? So those are usually referred to as a slider. And you could turn this gallery into one by simply checking this box here and making this gallery a slider, which will later then you'll be able to use it for a blog entry or a page that you are creating. And you could see more on that on those video tutorials, but in this case we're going to strictly stick to creating a gallery. So I'm going to make this a slider. I'm going to keep that checked on. And the slider nav, okay, so when you see these sliders, sometimes you'll see little arrows on the left and right giving you the option to go ahead and scroll through these different photos, and that's what this is. So if you want to display those arrows, then you want to keep this checkbox on. If you do not, just uncheck it. In this case, we're going to leave it checked on. And now the transition type. So this is really neat, is that this slider has several different types of transitions between the photos, and so you can go ahead and select a different transition, or you can select the default random, which means that it's just going to randomly select a transition. And then also the time delay. By default, 7 is generally a good time, but you could speed it up by making this shorter or longer, however you want. And then you simply hit update gallery. So the gallery is now updated, but we have no photos here yet. So let's go ahead and start adding some photos. You want to do that by selecting the browse button here. And since this gallery is for cars, we're going to select one of our cars. And so now the URL for this image is posted here. And we could give this a caption, and we're going to go ahead and name this 2015 Mustang. And we're going to add this photo. And so now you can see that this photo has been added. And we're going to go ahead and do the exact same process for the other photos. Okay, so now we've added 4 photos here. And as you can see, we have a little bit of a gray box below this photo and somewhat smaller here. And that's because these tiles are done with a fixed height and width, and so because the photos aren't exactly the size of these tiles, it's basically rendered or resized to fit within the tile, and that's all that means. There's nothing wrong with the photos themselves. And the other great thing about these tiles is that you can actually maneuver them however you want, and it auto saves the position that you move these photos. So for example, if I want this Lexus or car here to go first, I could go ahead and post that there. Maybe I want the Lambo to go second, Audi R8, and now I have the Mustang going last. As you move these things around, you see a little text that appears that says it is saving the current layout of this gallery. So if I move this here, you saw briefly how quick that text appeared, and that pretty much saves the order of all the photos on this gallery. So there's no need to re-save the gallery or anything. You're pretty much done at this point, and this concludes the video tutorial on how to create and manage galleries.